Good morning, everyone. May buntag medyo low-tech ron. Ako tadi siyang dinisaydo pag-una kaya with our foreign delegates. Kaya sa akong plano magod, I was bilib ko sa akong kagalingon. Nag-propose ko o classroom of the future, but after sa presentation nila, future pa sa akua, nahitabo na sila. That is why medyo niingon ko sa akong kagalingon nga, it can really happen. Because it has already started somewhere in the world. And we have started it in TSY City, Cebu. And we pilot it in one school, and hopefully we can do it in the whole division. When the President of the Philippines signed the law on the K-12 education program, everyone now focuses on the outcomes. But we in the education sector have our focus on the processes, not only on the outcomes. Because outcomes will only happen when correct processes are being observed and followed. These processes can only happen if the basic inputs are being addressed. When we say basic inputs in the Department of Education, what comes to our mind are 5 things: classrooms, teachers, textbooks, chairs and furnitures, and water and sanitation. All of these, according to our department, should be provided with so that we can deliver quality education and we can achieve the desired result outcomes that we wanted to achieve. Thinking about them, many superintendents, even principals, are overwhelmed because sometimes our financial resources is not enough. The financial resources of the government is not enough to provide the schools with all these things. And that is why many of our colleagues in the education sector have to blame the absence of these 5 basic inputs. That is why we were not able to deliver quality education because there is a lack or there is a need of the 5 basic inputs. That is why we were not able to achieve our desired results or desired outcomes because we lack teachers, we lack classrooms, we almost lack everything. And we are very happy because it seems that we lack everything and we have more than enough students in our classrooms. And that is the only positive thing that we have. More students, lesser resources. But today, I will be sharing with you that there is a chance that we can achieve our desired outcome even with the meager resources that we have. As long as we clearly establish the relationships between the 5 basic resources. We have really to determine, does classroom really affect performance? Thus, water and sanitation, we call that the comfort rooms, water supply. Does it really affect students' performance? Do the really teachers affect? Of course, the answer is yes. But do we have empirical data that can tell us that it has really affected? And that is what we need today. That is what I feel that I need. I wanted data that can support my assumption. And that is why today, with the systems, with the partnership that we have had with TSY and HP, I believe that little by little, I can have that data so that I can empirically say that this particular resource is what I need over the other. In effect, establishing the relationships now can make me or will help me decide made an intervention program that would tailor fit to the desired learning outcome that I wanted to achieve. For example, any superintendent, any principal cannot access automatically the NAT results of their students for the last 5 years, and even per student. Because how could you train? Because the results is already the performance of this set of students. And then looking at it, principals, superintendents study the records and then make intervention program to the students. But who is the real culprit? Are the students or the teachers? Because the students are already out there, they're already in the high school, they're in grade 6. And the intervention program is given to the students, never was given to the teacher. Because we don't have empirical data that can connect who is the problem. But with the system that we have developed, I think little by little, we are going into that. More than 15 years ago, when I was a classroom teacher, when I submitted my grades to the different class advisors of the sections that I was teaching, they were shocked to see that many of my students have red marks, as in red. They told me, Woodrow, change them, or else you have to see the principal and make justifications. I told them, I can easily justify because I was very idealistic. I was doing my job. I was teaching well. But so many failures, you have to answer. And then, my colleagues told me, being the advisor, being the teacher, what did you do to help these students learn? Na-shock din ako. I was teaching. I have my records. But the question was, what did I do? So my question was, how did you do? How did you help? Were you teaching better than me? And of course, they give me a tutorial, crash tutorial on how to improve the performance of the students. My question was, can I possibly do all these things with all the teaching loads that I have? Teaching physics, mathematics, science. Plus all the other things, being the only IT person in the school, being also the clerk of the principal, asking me to do so many things. Could I possibly do these things? Yung sagot nila with a smile, manage your time. You are young and single. You have all the time, was their reply. Overtime na lang, kaya mo yan. When I became a school administrator, parents whose children failed would come to my office with a litany of reasons telling me that their students, their children should have passed. They should not have failed. Failure for the teacher to inform them in advance. So many things, some assignments, so many things that were required that were not recorded. Some parents were even about to lodge a complaint that this particular child of hers should be the first honor, should be the valedictorian. They are demanding for recomputation of the grades. Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? So it went back when I was the teacher. So why is this happening? The general answer